Hello, my name is Hey. Welcome to this bit of the proceedings. I have no idea what it should be called. So I am settling for calling it this bit. Now normally when you get to this bit, in the day it would be time for the speeches. Principally the best man's speech. But Battle Bus doesn't have a best man. The reason for this is that nobody wanted the job. What I mean is nobody wanted the job of keeping him sober in a field full of drunks. Yes, I mean you lot. Anyway, the job has fallen to me, a cartoon character speaking to you, by satellite, from here in Battle Bus's garage. For those of you that don't know him, let me give you a little background into Battle Bus. His real name is Crawford Nobby Patton. His father was the famous American General George S. Patton. The general was famous for being a bloodthirsty tank-driving nutter and for carrying a pair of ivory-handled pistols into battle. Well, Crawford lives in battle. He drives a tank, and it has ivory door handles. If you don't believe me, go and check later. Crawford's mother was the famous cook Fanny Cradock, which explains his middle name, his love of cooking, and his need to wear an apron when he is anywhere near a barbecue. His first name, Crawford, is less exciting. He was named after the biscuit company his mother Fanny loved so much. Still, it could have been worse. He could have been called Custard Cream or Garibaldi. Crawford has an exotic past. He was born in Hawaii, which explains why he calls everybody dude. His first 5 years were spent in Timbuktu, where he learned to swear. But he spent most of his formative years in a gypsy encampment just outside Scunthorpe. This is where he first discovered a love of vans, gold earrings and great big, huge, enormous dogs. Even now he always has at least 2 vans and a whacking great dog. Variously known as the stepdog Dylan or Donut, and feared by all. But he has at last, thankfully, given up on the gold earrings. Crawford went to school. No, really. He did go to school. He went to school where he was regarded by all as, well, as a short boy. A short boy with a love of customizing his belongings. He lowered his chair, but strangely not his desk. He could hardly see over his desk by the time he had finished. He wrapped all of his textbooks in an assortment of unlikely colored vinyls. Orange was a particular favorite. He repeatedly changed the wheels on his bicycles, fitting an ever more outlandish selection until it was pretty much impossible to ride it. At school he studied as little as possible, but he did show a genuine flair for painting, although in truth he painted everything, as with the vinyl previously mentioned, a subtle shade of orange. He also seemed to have a knack of being able to take really complex machinery apart. Sadly, he didn't show the same zeal in putting it back together again. His career since leaving school has been varied. Initially he worked as a part-time pirate at a local fun fair, but he was sacked for barbecuing the parrot. Then he worked on the seafront at Margate as a deck chair attendant, but he was dismissed from there for trying to sell tourists seagulls as pets. From there he worked in a body shop, where yet again he was let go because he kept painting the customers' cars. You've guessed it, orange. Several other temporary jobs followed, including an organ grinder's monkey, an engine driver's oily rag, and a model for jockeys racing silks. If you ask him what he does now, he will tell you he is a paramedic. This is not wholly accurate. In an effort to make up for the crimes he committed in his first job as a part-time parrot roasting pirate, he is now a freelance parrot medic. He roams Sussex and Kent treating sick parrots. He no longer barbecues them. Well, not the live ones anyway. Nobody has ever been able to explain why he does this. But still he does. To sum Battle Bus up, I would say he is a short, orange-loving paramedic who ruins perfectly good Volkswagens for a hobby. All of which makes one wonder what Lady Battle Bus, or Emma Brinklow as she was known until this morning, sees in the little fella. But in truth Emma has a checkered past too. Emma was born in Newcastle. She is a miner's daughter. Yes, her mother was a coal miner. Whilst her father worked in the local library, part-time, cleaning the ink out of the date stamps. She spent her early years in a two-up, two-down in the back streets of South Shields. Emma never actually went to school, and she taught herself to read, write, and wash behind her ears, which she does even to this day, whether they need washing or not. As soon as she was old enough, she fled down south, where washing behind your ears is not considered odd in any way. Once ensconced in the home counties, she worked in a variety of jobs. Initially she stuck to what she knew and tried for a mining job. But most of Kent's mines were closed by then, and this was not a great success. Following that, she tried her hand at the docks, where she perfected her card playing, her spitting, her scratching, and her swearing. She also discovered and developed an abiding love for Jägermeister. Never a good thing. On leaving the docks, she decided to try to change her accent and become a lady of the South. Those who were at Oktoberfest last year will have witnessed that, although she has perfected the accent, Jägermeister can still be her downfall. The swearing was copious, and the morning after was a sight to behold. Brinklow used to be her surname, but those present that fine October morning will tell you that it should have been not Brinklow but Drinkslow. If left unattended with access to a bottle of the good stuff, she will usually wander off, only to be found later under the pier at Hastings, with all her old friends, Effin and Jeffin, with the best of them. One thing she does have in common with Battle Bus, though, is a taste for being economic with the truth when it comes to her job today. She always leaves you with the thought that she is a nurse of some sort. A nurse who's in charge of something. Something important like a cardiac unit, or maybe a casualty department. Actually, she sells uniforms. Nurses' uniforms. She is in charge of the cardigans unit. Specifically the casual department. She's very good at not quite telling the whole truth. Is Emma talking of the whole truth? I feel I must point out that there is nothing to the rumour that Emma intends to change her first name to Knitting. Knitting Pattern would just be a ridiculous name. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and I hear that Big Bad Bear is there too. So ladies, gentlemen, and Big Bad Bear, please raise your Jägermeister glasses to the happy couple, Crawford Nobby Pattern and Emma Drinkslow, henceforth known as the Battle Buses. Cheers to you both. Phew. Thank God that's over. I need a drink.